Hey everyone, I'm Sison, and today we're taking a look at the Sigma 30mm f1.4 Contemporary lens for the Sony E-mount system. So the Sigma 30mm f1.4 is currently made for two mounts, and that is the Sony E-mount system and the Micro Four Thirds system, which is occupied by Olympus and Panasonic. Now for this video, I am using it on the Sony a6500, so it is going to be mainly E-mount focused, but in terms of build quality and handling, it's going to be virtually identical if you're using it for Micro Four Thirds. So stay tuned as I give you a tour around the lens, and at the end of the video, I'll let you know what I personally think of it. The lens has a matte black finish with a plastic construction and a metal mount. It also has a rubber focus ring and is supplied with a plastic barrel type lens hood. It also accepts 52mm filters. On the top of the lens, you had the lens designation label and the Contemporary badge on the side. Unfortunately, there is no weather sealing with this lens. Also, for those that want to know, this lens is made in Japan. Now the lens weighs approximately 300 grams, and that's with the lens hood included. And while I am using it on the a6500, it still feels very light and very well balanced, especially with the grip that I'm using at the moment. Now, if you are using it on the A5000 series or the A3000 series cameras, I don't imagine it being a very big deal because it is still very light and small to carry around, especially for long periods of time. So if you're walking around casually or just taking a few snapshots, I think you're going to be very happy with this lens. The lens offers just the right amount of resistance when in manual focus, and it also employs a fly-by-wire system, so no hard stops when manual focusing. It can focus as close as 30 centimeters if you want to get some decent close-up photos. The lens also doesn't change in physical size when you're using manual focus. Unfortunately, there is no image stabilization with the lens, but since it has an f1.4 aperture, you can forgive Sigma for not including it. Speaking of its aperture, it's the only crop sensor lens that has an f1.4 and can autofocus, so this makes it a great option for anyone who wants to shoot in low light conditions, but also wants to get some really creamy out of focus blur in their shots. The lens hunts just a tiny bit, but not to the point where it's painstakingly slow. It's relatively quiet, and when using it in continuous autofocus in video, it was fast and smooth to get what I wanted in focus, but just not as fast as Sony's native lenses. Since the lens is made for crop sensor cameras, I used it on the a6500 and it gave me some great results. It was very sharp in the centers after stopping down to about f2.8. Shooting wide open at f1.4 gave me some chromatic aberration, but stopping down remedies this issue. Distortion can be seen to some degree, so it might be best to correct it in post. Other than that, flare and vignetting is not really an issue, and out of focus blur is relatively smooth for the amount of money you pay for this lens. The Sigma 30mm f1.4 is a great option for anyone who is looking for a standard prime lens that is relatively lightweight and good value for money. Now, I feel like a lot of people will also be comparing it to the Sony 35mm f1.8, and while that lens is smaller, it also includes stabilization, which the Sigma doesn't. Now, in terms of image quality and sharpness, I would lean more towards the Sigma lens, especially since it has an f1.4 aperture. But I would recommend this lens for anyone who wants to step up from their kit lens, so whether they're using the 16-50 or the 18-55mm lenses that came with their camera, this is a good lens to step it up in terms of quality and sharpness, and it also helps you, I guess, train your eye, because since you can't zoom in with this lens, having a fixed focal length lens does help you think more about your composition and what you want to include in your photo. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below, and if you already own one, let me know what you think of it, and remember to like this video if you found it helpful, share this video if you think someone's going to find it useful, and remember to subscribe to my channel for more Sony lens reviews and tutorials. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook for more photo updates and sample photos. And be sure to check the description below for more information about this lens. Now until then, happy shooting and thanks for watching. Hello. Now the Sigma 30mm? Yeah. Now the Sony Sigma, looking for a prime lens, and which especially is a great option for I'm scared. I don't like being here by myself. Scenic shorts. Did someone say oi? Oh, shorts. Well, if you, good, I already got it.